This episode is brought to you by Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can do right from your phone or your computer. Creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast so it'll sound awesome. They'll even distribute your podcast for you. You can hear it everywhere from Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other places. You can easily make money from your podcast as well with no minimum listenership. Now download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. Remember that episode in Seinfeld when Kramer is playing Risk, a board game, in a bus with Newman, and they've been battling the whole episode, and anyways, Kramer was beating Newman in Risk, and Newman's like, I still got infantry in the Ukraine, and Kramer responds and says, the Ukraine is weak. And then there's actually someone from Ukraine on the bus, and he's like, Ukraine is not weak. And then he gets upset and smashes their board, so they never finish their game. For the ones that remember it, it's a good episode. Watch it. The Ukraine is not weak. They are strong. They won the U20 World Cup over Korea. Ukraine and Korea. What? South Korea. What's going on? Why is these countries, these smaller countries that have been divided? When I say divided, remember it used to be USSR, and then because of civil war and all that, we got the Ukraine. North Korea, war, separate, and look at South Korea. They're kicking butt. North Korea, they suck. And they're neighbors. Yugoslavia broke up. You got the Serbians and the Croatians, and they both are really good, but the Croatia made the World Cup final in the men's division. Do you see the pattern? Anybody? So in the United States, we are huge, and we are governed by USSF. We need to draw a boundary. Do the Civil War boundary. Separate us north and south or something. We need two national teams competing against each other because the USSF can't be correct. We need a civil war over soccer, separate and compete against each other because there's probably a different way of doing it. Because if we just rely on the way things are being done with this political climate we're in, being dictated by these cronies that freaking are dictating everything with the USSF, we'd be better. Texas. All right, let's do a trial. Texas has the ability to exile from the United States. Or not exile, but they can separate and do their own country. Texas, I know you're scared. You always talk about doing that. I think you should, but this is how you do it, baby steps. Texas, have your own national team. And guess what? If Texas had their own national team, they would beat the U.S. national team. You know why? Because they want to compete and embarrass them, and they'll think outside the box. You have to get people to think outside the box. We need another national team in the U.S. for soccer. We do not need to follow suit. We cannot do this. Texas, I beg of you, here's your opportunity. Get out of USSF. Show the country, show everybody, hey, we're going to separate with soccer and all your sports. Create a whole different national team for that. Do it, and then compete against U.S. soccer, and you'll beat them. You'll beat them because you'll have an identity. You have a culture in Texas. You know what you are. U.S. soccer doesn't know what they are. They're picking people all over in all these different regions of the country and trying to make them play together. It doesn't work. We're not working. So I beg Texas, the Lone Star. The reason you're the Lone Star is because you're not affiliated with the United States. You can get out. You have a contractual agreement with the U.S., United States of America, to leave the union anytime you want. Leave the union, Texas, just for soccer. That can be your baby step to check it out and prove you are better. Please, Texas, somebody. Does anyone know how to do that? If anyone knows, I would love to let me know, because we just need get out. Arizona, can we get out? Somebody, Let's do our own thing. We can do it better than U.S. soccer. I guarantee we can. Croatia can do it. These small countries that are no bigger than some of our states are going further in the World Cup than we are. They have a better system because it's cultural based. You know what's funny is if I had access to one state, any state, Arizona. If I had Arizona and I had control, and they had to focus on technique, I would change the laws of the game, everything, as far as how we develop. I would make a point system where kids get credit for passing the ball backwards and connecting, and train at home to train with TV and all that. There's so many things we could do. If you let me have the power, I would change soccer in whatever region I was. I need absolute power, but anyways, I'm not going to get that. But Texas, you have power. You can do it. I beg of you, Texas, the Lone Star. Do it. You can win a World Cup before the U.S. could. You could. I know you could. All right. Enjoy the rest of the World Cup. And I am out. And hopefully someone will focus on getting to Texas and finding a way to start the process of separating. Oh, that'd be awesome. All right, goodbye.